Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Raiders defense. They played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Nix to the air. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. High. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Ran up by the looks and that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. You could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31.
Up the middle, it's Genty.
And out of bounds right around the 20. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Hyde. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Hyde.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Dante Thornton
from 19 yards away.
And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because our division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Drake London,
55 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
and he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Barely. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They play well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Bombers. Captain. Slow.
Throwing Nix. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw is Nix. Finds his tight end Ingram. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 14 more yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
The kick is
Zerline connects on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
at their own 29-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, things went really well on that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun. Hyde. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Deron Payne. The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. To approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Operating from the gun. Hyde. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are personal back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. To throw, here's Nix. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now we're good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Captain.
Here's Nix. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now it's Nix. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Captain.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They're going. It's Nix. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A run out of the gun with Genty. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this. Defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
He went right back to it, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Nix. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll run on 1st down. Randolph. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defense has always talked about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
This is 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. High. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Deron Payne. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2nd and 2. Room past the 35. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't bail. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route to run.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Second and a couple. Nix to throw again. Now inside the 25. And all the way home, the Broncos score. A great play there. 55 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
His kick is good.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Hyde. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This 2nd and 4.
Ready, ready. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Back to throw. Hyde. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Brings up 3rd down.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe something taken from me. Life's gonna always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain?
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already.
They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
He'll drop this underneath for Genty.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
I see through your act, and I still enjoy the show.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hawk 70, take off.
Operating from the gun. Hyde. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thornton.
Pass complete to Dante Thornton. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3.
That's complete. Demario Douglas with it.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genty to the 27-yard line. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Let's go now. Liking 18. Go.
Operating from the gun. Hyde. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
6, cut 19. Cut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Zerline now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Raiders 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
2nd and 13. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. That's complete. It's Ashton Jeanty. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And not that any of the points would be needed with CD. They've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down. They'll run it with Coleman. A solid stiff arm. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Kamara is going backwards here. But they come in and drop it all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Oh, my son.
Coleman. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Oh, my son. Ready.
And they will take a knee here. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Oh, my son. Ready. 180. Return.
they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Broncos, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
take the first. You keep them coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something. We doing